You guys hear that? That's the late night song. One of my many late night songs. I haven't used these in a while. This is an After Dark special of me reading stuff. It's not that late, but it is 10 p.m. here on the West Coast. My name's Robin. I am coming at you not live, but it feels like live because I'm just talking. I'm not going to edit. I'll talk to you. I'll tell you some things. I'll read you some things, and I'll get the hell out of here and let you enjoy your evening. I hope you're brushing your teeth. I didn't tell you guys this. Well, I assume everyone's brushing their teeth morning and night, at least. And you guys know I love to brag about the fact that I've never had a cavity. Well, that still remains true, thank God, because I really do think I'd lose my shit if I found out I had a cavity. But during quarantine, I had, during the beginnings of COVID, I had an issue going on with my gums where they were bleeding a lot, and I was kind of freaked out, and my dentist had just opened up. It wasn't the very beginning. It was when certain things opened up here in the state of Washington, so I was due for a cleaning anyway, and I was worried about this. So I go in, and they do the whole thing where they tell you, you may have had this already, but as you get older, a lot of times something happens where your gums are slightly receding, and you've got to be extra good about flossing. And I knew I hadn't been flossing, really. I think I'm one of these people who I feel good about my teeth. I know they're healthy, so I didn't go crazy. Anyway, he's asking me, he's like, whoa, man, you're bleeding a lot. These things are a problem. If you don't get this under control, you're going to have some procedure or something. And I got really scared and upset about it. But he gave me a tip. Oh, and by the way, he asked me, he's like, has anything about your dental routine changed at all? And I was like, well, yeah, when I moved about a year ago, I just decided I was too busy to floss anymore. So I just stopped flossing, which was true. I remember making it a decision. Really dumb decision. Again, human beings, we just love to do the dumbest things. So anyway, he's like, well, that'll do it. So he told me, not only do I obviously need to floss at least once a day, which I have done every day since then, and within 4 days of doing what he told me to do, I have had no gum problems, no bleeding, nothing. But the other thing he told me to do, just in case anyone else is having this issue, you go in there after you brush, then a floss, then dip a toothbrush in a soft toothbrush in some Listerine, and then massage your gums in a circular motion lightly, and then use the Listerine. Anyway, I did that, and like I said, 4 days later, perfect gums. So I can't wait to go back in December and show him. And I loved this guy. It was my first time there. But I told him, I was like, look at me, man. I can promise you're going to see the healthiest gums in December when I come back. I'm going to do everything you said every single day. And it sucks because, another thing, all you young people, as you get older, the nighttime routine, just every routine, it just all takes longer. And you have no energy anymore. I mean, I'm acting like I'm 90 years old, but truly my body feels like I'm that old. So this whole thing, I time it on an average. My nighttime dental routine now takes 12 minutes. And if you know me at all, which you may or you may not, I'm obsessed with time. And I'm crazy about time. I think about not only minutes of the day, but seconds of the day. So those 12 minutes really kind of piss me off that I have to do it. But whatever, teeth are important. What else is new? How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing, I would say okay. I'm very moody. I am back and forth. I feel like in my mental state where I'm fine, I'm calm. I'm fairly, I wouldn't say happy, but I'm getting through it. And then something will just destroy me, and I just want to sleep for the rest of the day, which I've been doing a lot of. One of the good things that have happened lately is I have a new picnic table in my little patio outside my studio. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me post it. And by the way, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I've been slightly more involved there. You can do that. It's ROBYN_ONEIL. And I love my new picnic table. I consider it my new place to read. It's been a little warm, so I hate being hot. So when it cools down, I'll be out there all the time. It's so pleasant. And all my vegetables, I think you guys knew in the beginning, if you've been listening, in the beginning of COVID, I finally started a garden. And I have tons of tomatoes growing, kale, collard greens, cucumbers, every herb imaginable. And my favorite herb of all time is parsley. And I have I mean, it looks like a forest of parsley out there. So I made one of my other favorite meals, tabbouleh, out of it, and it was so good. If you guys want me to give you my tabbouleh recipe that came straight from a friend of mine named Wolf from Lebanon, you let me know, because I would love to share it with you. But I'm a little embarrassed that all I did last episode was tell you guys about chicken and dumplings. So I'm going to not do that in this episode. I have a new uniform that I wear almost every day. I'm not wearing it right now because I decided to wear something else today, but I have these new coveralls, like a jumpsuit, a work suit. They're like Dickies, but a little more tailored for the female form for me, and I am obsessed with them. I have a mustard yellow, I have a railroad stripe denim, and I have a black one, which I haven't yet worn. I'm going to do that tomorrow. And the minute I put them on, I'm like, fuck yeah, man, going to work. See you later. And it just feels powerful, and it feels good, and it's comfortable, and it's easy to get on and off when you're going to the bathroom. And you don't take it all the way off. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. So I'm very happy about that. If you're curious about that, I'll give you guys the link. Very into these new YouTube videos I found. I can't remember how I found these. Oh, because sometimes when I take a nap in my studio, I like to put on YouTube like an 8-hour thunderstorm or rain video noises, I mean. And so something came up as a suggestion a few weeks back, and they were these videos from a channel called Calmed by Nature. Ooh, I need to definitely remember to put a link to these in the description, because I feel like anybody who listens to this show is going to love it. So Calmed by Nature has, let me go ahead and pull it up so I can explain it to you and make sure that my thing is still recording. Okay, we're good. So Calmed by Nature, the one that enticed me was called Rainy Night Coffee Shop Ambiance with Relaxing Jazz. Now, the title may not sound enticing to you, but once you put it on, it might. If you're somebody who likes to go pre-COVID to a coffee shop to read or drink coffee or tea or whatever, and if you like rain, which I do, it's so good. But they have cozy cabin ambiance, cozy writer's den or something like that. What was it? There's a whole cafe section, and it's like soothing me in all the ways I need to be soothed. I love the rain, I love the darkness, and I really miss seeing human beings in public, in a cafe and stuff like that. You can kind of see, and one of them has like a little, it's called, the writer's room one has a little cat that's curled up and steaming coffee in a fireplace, and they're really beautiful, and they're kind of animated, so you can see the cat kind of move, and the steam is actually moving, and the rain is falling on the window. So they're really, really good. Highly recommend Calmed by Nature. I got my friend Erica into it. I want to get you guys into it. Is there anything else I would like to share with you guys? I'm having trouble sleeping. I just told you guys. It sounds like I'm a liar because I think I just told you I sleep all the time. But I'm not sleeping at appropriate times. So last night I was up till 4:30. I got obsessed with all sorts of things I was looking up. I had just watched the HBO special. I think it was on HBO. The Michelle McNamara special. What is it called? I'll Be Gone in the Dark. And I read that book and thought it was an excellent true crime book. So I wanted to watch that, and I highly recommend it. If you've read the book, it's a little redundant in the beginning, but then the documentary gets into her life and how she died herself, and you really learn about the Golden State Killer through people like his former fiance and his cousin and his nephew. It's very, very, very engaging. So highly recommend that. But anyway, I'm being like my old self, late night person, having trouble sleeping, not wanting to stop doing shit, kind of manic energy. That's all mental, but no physical energy. So, and I have some sort of pulled muscle. I was doing yoga every day, and then I pulled a muscle, of course, because I'm old, and I'm just kind of a mess. But I'm okay. You know what I mean? I don't know what I am anymore. Does anybody? Well, anyway, I can't wait to read to you guys today. So, I've always recommended you guys to get on poets.org and sign up for the poem a day. And, I check it frequently, less frequently at certain times, but then I usually go back and make sure I just type into my email poem a day and look at them all at one time. But this one I happened to catch, I don't know, it was just a few days ago. And it stopped me in my tracks and made me, do a whole deep dive into this poet and everything that they have, that they had available, basically. So this is Don Lundy Martin, and the poem I'm going to be reading is called From Perspective is Supposed to Yield Clarity. But it's really good, too, because I'm going to put a link in the description for where you can find this poem and about the writer, the poet. And there's also a really good audio clip of Don reading this poem, and also audio of Don explaining where this poem came from. And you guys know me. I'm not usually reading things of the moment. I'm trying to pretend like half of this shit that's going on isn't going on, especially now. But I'm always trying to pretend like I live in a different century or whatever in my head. It's just, it calms me down. So this is a poem written in the beginning, well, I guess sometime during the whole COVID stuff. So that tells you that tells you how much I fell in love with it, because I'm so unwilling usually to read anything this new, but it's just so good. And I couldn't wait to order this book, which I just did, which is Don Lundy Martin's most recent book of poems, which is called Good Stock, Strange Blood, and it's from Coffee House Press. And it's only $16.95, everybody. So if you want to support poets during this time, this is one wonderful way to do it. So, I think I'm just going to go ahead and read it. And I hope I do it justice. And Don Lundy Martin, if you're out there, you are completely incredible and a total badass with words. And I can't wait to get your book and more books from you. And I highly recommend to everybody. All right, let's make sure this is still recording. We're doing good. 12 minutes in. Here we go. From Perspective is Supposed to Yield Clarity. Don Lundy Martin. She said, I wish I prayed. I would pray for you. And we all wanted a shape of prayer in our brains, taking over instead of it chomping on itself. Stupid little elf. God has never come to me. We surrender in the teeming utterance of material soaked with sentences already made in air and by machines. The country says freedom, crushed under its own dream weight. I did not make up this song. Design Within Reach is having a work-from-home sale. The coming apart, the giant laceration across the sky. We all feel it. Look at the fire. Look at it. Like all the rage of all the smallest beings. Let's throw things. Since I don't have Dawn's book yet, I'm going to hit my paper against this Bill Traylor book that's in front of me, which I highly recommend, called Between Worlds. If you trust me at all about art, which you should, because hello, you should get this. This is one of my favorite books of art, The Art of Bill Traylor. That has nothing to do with Don Lundy Martin's poem. Also, there was another one that poets.org has called Violent Rooms, which I highly recommend. So let's support poets. Let me get back into supporting poets by reading things other than my stupid chicken and dumplings recipe. I'm sorry if that offended anybody, that I just didn't... I just can't explain anything lately. I'm just doing my best to figure it out and get through this. I don't know how to talk to anybody right now. First of all, I don't get to see many people. Thank God I have Damien and his kids around. So I get to see Damien all the time and his kids sometimes. I miss my parents like I can't even explain it. I see my parents so much more regularly than I realized. And it's a very important part of my life. And to not get to go home to Texas to see them is making me insane. And they were sick a couple weeks back. They were okay in the end, but I don't know what they had. They said it was allergies, but I still have a feeling they were lying to me and that they were really sick, and it was driving me crazy. So I don't know. Why did I start talking about that? Oh, I'm lucky because I do have somebody with me in this whole mess. And I'm so grateful for that. And, you know, we have a good time. We make the most of it. We watch Alice every night. We watch the show 15, which I've mentioned to you guys. It's now on Amazon Prime. Oh my God. Canadian teenage drama, also known as Hillside. So, highly recommend that. If you want to watch the worst show ever made, that's my recommendation for you. We make great food. We have an amazing garden. We make our house cozier than you've ever seen a house. I really do think so. I think I would get the Cozy Award. I really do. We would get the Cozy Award. We got all these lanterns and put them, like, we got lanterns with these amazing, they're electric candles, which I used to hate, but these look very real and they kind of flicker, but they don't have that weird little fake candle thing on top. They're just, and they're orangish light and they look old and they look dim and there's barely there. And so at night when most of the I hate overhead lights, but any of the lamps or something are off and it's just the whole house is lit dimly by these lanterns. I mean, look, that's worth living for right there. So I'm fine. I really am. But God, I didn't mean to talk about all this. So anyway, check out everything I just told you to check out. I'm going to put the link to everything I mentioned. And also one quick mention I wanted to say for those of you guys who listen because you like my work, my art, go ahead and check out, I'm going to include the link to a new viewing room that my gallery in New York set up for some recent drawings, a recent series of drawings called The Cloud Makers that I have been making during the pandemic. So check that out. It's I'm very excited. There's an audio clip of me talking about them. There's some sort of animated videos where you can see where I'm pulling clouds from. And I can't remember if I've told you guys, but the series that I'm working on is me creating these visual storms from various clouds from my own history, from art history, from poetry and literature, and from TV shows like Give Me a Break and Beverly Hills 90210. So if you want to see more about that, I think you have to just sign in with your email, but you don't have to get on a mailing list if you don't want to, although I highly recommend it. If you like art, you should like Susan Inglet Gallery. So that is sort of like a mini show that is online that I'd love for you guys to check out. That's it, everybody. Be kind to the divorced. Put some citrus in your iced tea or in your hot tea. Maybe even grow a Meyer lemon tree. I used to have one and my God, I miss it. Meyer lemons are the best. Oh my God. What else can you do? You should build a blanket fort in your living room and get cozy. I haven't done that in so long. Again, it's because I'm so old. If I lay on the floor, it hurts my body. Anyway, watch Dawson's Creek. Highly recommend that. Attempt lightheartedness. Remember the phrase, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Also, expectations are premeditated resentments. Never forget that one. I'm going to say it one more time. Expectations are premeditated resentments, and you know it. Don't shame people, because we all kind of suck in our own special ways, seriously. So no use in shaming others, unless they're bigots, racist, homophobes, transphobic, if they're rapists, especially if they're pedophiles. Shame the hell out of them. It's totally cool with me. All right, that's it, guys. Have a great night. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.